Welcome back to State of Affairs. The most recent polls show more than 3/4 of Texans support some form of legal marijuana. Support for medical marijuana spans across party lines, but legislation has never gone anywhere in Texas. But could that be changing? Well, behind the scenes, things already are.
Pain can be difficult to describe.
You really don't have your mind set on anything else at the moment, other than the pain, other than getting through the pain. These are, emotions that we feel every day.
Born in Austin in 1972, Vincent Lopez was just 11 when doctors diagnosed him with Becker's muscular dystrophy, a chronic disorder with no cure. The slow progression causes muscles to break down, bringing with it stiffness, uncontrollable muscle spasms, and contortions. The best description.
Imagining going to bed every night and being put in a vice.
Prescribed codeine, Lopez says the powerful painkiller caused constipation, loss of sleep, appetite and weight, and a growing dependency. Then he tried something else.
Cannabis changed all that, increased my appetite. Next thing you know, I'm eating well. It helped me starting to get more hours of sleep each night, not having the dread, the pain that I would feel each night.
Cannabis, or marijuana, is classified by the federal government as a Schedule I drug, the most dangerous category, defined as drugs with, quote, no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. But new research is slowly poking holes in that definition. That recent documentaries like CNN's Weed show stories of marijuana-based oils blocking children's seizures.
More than 41 children are using Charlotte's Web here in Colorado. All of them are reporting significant seizure reduction.
As a result, policymakers are re-examining marijuana's viability as medicine. Today, 23 states have laws allowing some form of medical use. And in 2009, Lopez put aside fears of running afoul of the law and began sharing his own experience in the hopes of adding Texas to the list. Today, he's director of patient outreach for the Texas chapter of the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, NORML.
When I first came out of the closet, I wasn't thinking about anything else but the pain I was dealing with. But over the course of the years of being involved, I've met so many people, especially children, that continue to inspire me. Because, of course, I think we can all agree that no child should ever have to be in such a position.
The White House Office of National Drug Control Policy says approval by the Food and Drug Administration, not votes, determines what's legal medication. Quote, the raw marijuana plant, which contains nearly 500 different chemical compounds, has not met the safety and efficacy standards of this process. According to the Institute of Medicine, smoking marijuana is an unsafe delivery system that produces harmful effects. The analysis comes from a 2003 report that also found, quote, for patients who suffer simultaneously from severe pain, nausea, and appetite loss, such as those with AIDS or who are undergoing chemotherapy, cannabinoid drugs might offer broad-spectrum relief not found in any other single medication. They're mixed messages, and so far, medical marijuana-related legislation in Texas has gone nowhere until last session.
I've tried a few times.
A bill to protect medical marijuana users from criminal prosecution received a committee hearing for the first time ever. And this year, the Washington-based Marijuana Policy Project, the organization behind legislation in dozens of other states, including Colorado, hired a former law enforcement lobbyist to set up shop in Austin.
The interest is growing.
And patients are mobilizing like never before.
Welcome to our PACT empowerment meeting.
At an informal strategy meeting at the Texas Capitol this month, we met with a collection of patients and parents, one of them Amy Faywell, whose son has autism.
My son has severe behaviors. He has scars on his hands from biting himself. His therapists have scars on them from him being aggressive towards them.
After trying everything from diets to expensive medicines and therapy, nothing worked. Then she heard about cannabis-based oils and patches treating autism.
It's not about getting high. It is about a safe and efficacious medicine.
New strains of marijuana are being bred to minimize the psychoactive chemical THC that gets you high and maximize the soothing chemical CBD. Medicines derived from the plants are available in states like Colorado, but not here.
Across state lines, people in my position can treat their children. But we have other children too. We can't just pack up and leave.
That's why this year, Faywell and another mother founded MAMA, Mothers Advocating Medical Marijuana for Autism. It's part of a growing number of organizations coming together for one cause.
This is life or death.
And something Cody Guy knows quite a bit about. Diagnosed with a brain tumor at age 20, he was told he had a few weeks to live. That was 8 years ago, and it hasn't been easy.
I lost my hand. I can't use that.
My hair is gone from the radiation burn.
Cody is inspired by new research that suggests cannabis could be used to treat or perhaps kill some forms of cancer. Listen to this, according to the American Cancer Society. Quote, scientists reported that THC and other cannabinoids such as CBD slow growth and or cause death in certain types of cancer cells growing in laboratory dishes. Some animal studies also suggest certain cannabinoids may slow growth and reduce spread of some forms of cancer. There have been some early clinical trials of cannabinoids in treating cancer in humans, and more studies are planned. While the studies so far have shown that cannabinoids can be safe in treating cancer, they do not show that they help control or cure the disease. More mixed messages, but Cody says if the medicine is available, use it.
Whenever I see littler children having to go through the cancer treatment and not have this oil available for them, then it's very, very upsetting for me.
Then there's Cece. She says doctors haven't been able to diagnose her condition, which causes her mind and memory to slip, and now she has tremors and constant pain.
My pain level now is usually, it's at least a 6, if not more, every single day. I have been on so many different pharmaceuticals, including Vicodin and morphine and all of those. None of those work for my pain or to help with my tremors, but the cannabis does work.
Like many other patients, Cece doesn't smoke. She takes an oil, and here is where the law puts people like Cece in a tough spot. Texas treats being caught with smokable marijuana as a misdemeanor, but oils and tinctures as a felony, punishable by hard prison time.
What is living with them?
It's awful. It's awful to have to live with that every day. I could spend my life in jail. So yeah, it's horrible to think that that could happen to me and that I could hurt my family and my family members. But it's the only thing I can do to survive every day.
Meanwhile, Lopez's progressive condition makes his advocacy work increasingly difficult.
I'm taking advantage of the moment that I have right in front of me right now.
He says he'll keep going as long as he can to prove.
It's definitely worth fighting for because living life in itself is worth fighting for.